The sexting scandal of Congressman Anthony Weiner raises an interesting moral question. If he never met the women in person, was it still an act of infidelity? Is it the same as cheating? Well, here to discuss that are relationship experts Heidi Banks and Matt Titus. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Let's get to the basics. When does a text, Matt, go from, being flirty and witty to a full-on sext?
I think that, it goes to being inappropriate and sexually based when there's pictures, graphic sexual pictures, terrible explicit content relating to sex. It's a fine line, though. It really is.
It really is, because is there a difference between sexting and, say, the same kind of conversation with a coworker face to face?
No, it's the same thing. It really is. I mean, you have to look at this as, sexting is such a cute word. It's not cute when you're in a marriage. It's not cute when you're in a committed relationship. It's stepping over the line.
So is it the same thing than when you're in person with the person?
It's very different.
You think so? You think there's a separation between a sexting and the same kind of flirting in person?
Absolutely. I believe that the institution of monogamy in marriage is very difficult, and I believe that, men have a hard time with it much more than women, and I believe that men desire multiple sexual partners, and even when they're in a marriage. And when they can't have that because that's not the structure or the content of the marriage or the way it is, they fall into this kind of sexting because of the desire that they want for other women.
I don't think that's at all what goes on. I mean, I hate to disagree with you, but I think when you're engaging in that activity, there's something else in your life that's not working, that you're looking for that kind of attention. For you to send a picture of yourself when you're in a committed relationship, that you're in any way naked, suggestive, whether it's a woman sending too much cleavage or a man, of course, what we saw this week with Anthony Weiner.
But Congressman Weiner said that, I've never had any contact with these women in person. It was just online. So is that really cheating?
It's one step. It's one step.
It's one step.
Beyond fantasy and a couple steps before cheating. I do not believe that it is cheating.
It's not the same. Well, sexting is not the same as cheating.
Absolutely not.
Well, let's get back to Anthony Weiner for a moment, because, well, first of all, it's just a shame he didn't have any physical contact, because if you're going to lose your career,
right?
Which,
I mean, he could have at least had sex for everything that's happened to him.
I mean, some benefit in there. Honestly, no, there is no, it's a line not drawn in the sand. It is a solid line you do not cross when you're in a committed relationship and you're in a truly intimate relationship. Now, here's what I will say. If you're with a partner who says, I need this in the marriage, I need porn, I need whatever that is, you make that agreement.
That's the structure.
There are situations where it is okay to sext when you are married?
If your partner knows, and that's the dynamic of the relationship. I firmly believe that, because let's face it, monogamy is tough. 52% of marriages don't make it. And I believe it's because each partner desires other sexual partners during that time of being married.
Well, there's another poll out that says 15% of adults have admitted to sexting. Does that number shock you at all?
I think it's very low.
Really?
It's like the unemployment statistics. Nobody really reports them.
So more and more people are doing it these days.
I think
it's kind of becoming the norm?
Well, I think you have to do an age breakdown, because if you're looking at people under 30 and over 30 that are married, this was a poll, between 18-year-olds and 55-year-olds. If you look at the Pew Research Bureau did 2 years ago, so again, in the last 2 years, everything has shifted dramatically, and we're in a technology age where it's like this. What we have to look at is people under 30, teenagers, they are doing so much more.
But there's actually been a rise
Thank you both.
in Twitter.
We could keep talking about. There's a lot to discuss.